Live from WPRI 12, this is The Rhode Show, the place for what's hot and happening. You're having fun, eating well, and living life on The Rhode Show.
Good morning and welcome to The Rhode Show. It is Wednesday, January 25th, 2012, and I'm Will Gilbert.
Good morning, I'm Michaela Johnson.
And I'm Mary Larson.
Did you guys see the State of the Union last night?
Of course.
Yeah.
Yes. Did you see Gabby Giffords?
She looks phenomenal.
She looks so good.
She looks great.
She really does. It was so great, you know, as the president was coming down and he was hugging her, and to see the smile on her face and the transition this woman has made after everything, you know, she's been through. It was great to see it last night.
She's a very strong woman.
If you have time to check out, she has her video up, you know, where she announces that she's stepping down.
Right.
It's a really, really touching video.
Yeah.
So.
And after hearing that she's stepping down, you know, we were talking about, I think she'll probably do even more good, you know, you know, with everything that's happened to her.
You can bet
to
that,
advocate for people, you know, who have, you know, problems. You know.
Exactly. You can bet that she's going to be involved in some sort of organization, if not a few. For that matter, and I'm sure she's going to be doing a lot of good.
Yeah, so that's good. That's good stuff. Some more good news for a local company. Hasbro Toys has been named one of the 100 best companies to work for. They claimed the 82nd spot on Fortune magazine's coveted list. The magazine cited the company's reputation and ability to innovate. Officials at Hasbro say they are proud to once again make the list. That is fantastic news.
Way to go, Mr. Potato Head.
I
Way to
know.
go.
Mr. Potato Head, you're number one.
No, that is great, and it's nice to know that, especially in the economy right now, it's nice to hear that, you know, certain places are doing well. They got the little boost behind them.
And we have a lot of dealings with Hasbro. We have a lot of friends that work at Hasbro. They're great people, so I'm glad it's right here in Rhode Island.
Absolutely. Yeah. Speaking of right here in Rhode Island, last week Harvard announced their hasty putting woman of the year, Claire Danes, but now they are announcing their man of the year. It's Jason Segel.
I love him.
Rhode Island favorite, my favorite. Segel starred in the Muppets movie last year and is a regular on How I Met Your Mother. Very funny again. There'll be a parade and roast for Segel on February 3rd. Danes will be honored on Thursday. A little local news.
That's good. I've always wanted
Jason
to. I do too.
He's great.
I do too. He was great. You know, I'm 42, but he was great in the Muppets. The Muppets were very funny.
You know, that's a great movie. And
it was a funny movie.
The song is up for best song.
Yes, it is. Yeah.
For an Oscar.
Yeah, one of the songs too.
Way to go, Muppets. Keep it cool.
Okay, we've heard everybody talking about it, and so all you Facebook users who have been putting off switching over to the new timeline, well, it looks like it's time. Facebook has started requiring some users to switch to the new profile, making photos, links, and personal musings from the past much easier to find, so look out. Although some people have already voluntarily switched to timeline, Facebook hadn't made that mandatory. They'll be rolling out the requirements to others over the next few weeks. At some point, even those who haven't logged on to Facebook in a while will be automatically switched over.
I'll believe it when I see it.
I can't wait to talk to my mom, because my mom just figured out Facebook. I mean, she just accepted my friend request. Thanks a lot, Mom.
Welcome to the party.
Yeah, but I can't wait to get the call. What just happened? You know, because that's going to be really hard for people who, you know, are really new to computers.
Or me.
Or you.
I'm not new to computers, but this is just a big change. I don't want to do it.
You're one of the holdouts.
Enough Facebook. Just leave it as it is.
I know.
Too many changes.
That's Zuckerberg.
You and my mother-in-law. I'll be getting a call from my mother-in-law going, Will, I don't know what happened to Facebook. I can't figure it out, but so I
say change.
We'll see how it works.
We'll see how it works out.
We'll keep you posted.
Okay, we have a great show coming up. Let's take a look at what's coming up on the Rhode Show. We're in Indianapolis getting ready for the big game, and we found some New England Patriots fans ready to cheer on Tom Brady in the Super Bowl.
Plus, in the kitchen, a super meal. We're making a football fiesta meal for your game day party. Feed the team with this recipe for delicious steak fajitas. And we head inside music class at Meeting Street School to show you the community of students there. Plus, a big announcement to share about this week's telethon. Then, a movie shot right here in Rhode Island, written by and starring Twilight actor Peter Facinelli. With Rhode Island now hitting the big screen, hear what he's got in store for 2012.
This weekend is the annual Meeting Street Telethon, where a celebrity couple will once again lend their star power to help local kids. Meeting Street has announced Kurt and Shonda Schilling are returning as honorary co-chairs for this year's telethon. We look forward to working with them on Saturday. And growing up, most people loved music class in school, but for the kids at Meeting Street, music class takes on an even more special meaning. I was able to head to the school and meet with some of the amazing students. Each week, the kids in the 4th grade at Meeting Street look forward to music class, and I was able to tag along with them. Yes, this was my first music class in a long time, and the kids were not easy on me. That's not good? I'm being tossed out already? The music teacher at the school believes her job is one of the most rewarding jobs she could ever have.
When I first came here, I said, wow, this could be anything soup to nuts. Did a lot of observations, saw there's so many different abilities here. So I started seeing that the children just help each other. So there are many, many times where the hardest thing about class is trying not to cry because what you see is very beautiful.
Not only does the teacher love it, but so do the kids. Music class at Meeting Street has become one of the kids' favorite things to do and one of the most fun. Do you like coming to school every day too?
Yeah.
Yeah, and you've met a lot of friends? You met a lot of friends up here?
Yeah.
What's your favorite thing to do while you're at school? You like music? Yeah? And you hanging out with your friends?
Yeah.
What about lunchtime? Lunchtime pretty good too?
Yeah.
Yeah? One of the most amazing things about Meeting Street is the inclusion of everyone.
There's senses of humor, and the kids joke each other, and they accept each other unconditionally.
That should be me, holding your hand. That should be me, making you laugh.
They each value themselves. I see the self-esteem growing. The girls who were singing, they would not have done that a year ago.
I asked them to sing one of their favorite songs, and no shock, it was Justin Bieber. So you like to sing? Can you give us a sample?
No.
No? What's your favorite song to sing?
Justin Bieber.
Justin Bieber?
Oh, like baby, 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 oh, I thought you always be mine.
Nice. Okay, it was great to be able to meet some of these students. The telethon is this weekend, and Mary has more about it right now.
Today in the road home, what are you doing Saturday night? Dinner? Movies? Well, as Will just mentioned, how about tuning in to the Meeting Street Telethon right here on WPRI 12, presented by Cardi's Furniture. Joining me this morning to tell us more about it is John Kelly from the Meeting Street School, along with Nairobi, Nick, Ron, and Pete Cardi. Good morning. Look at you dashing guys.
You look good, huh?
I'm a looking lady. So Nick, tell us how long this telethon has been going on for.
Telethon's been going on for 36 years, although Meeting Street's been in business since 1946. So it's a little bit longer. It's going to be a great night this Saturday night. It's for a great cause. It's a great organization. They have a state-of-the-art facility that's right on Route 95, just past the Blue Bug, as we all say in Rhode Island.
Yeah.
Just past that Blue Bug, just before the infamous Thurbers Avenue curve. They provide educational services to over 3,000 young children, young adults, and families with and without developmental delays. Fantastic organization, and this Saturday night turn into Channel 12, and you will be able to see the wonderful things that they've been doing since 1946.
Oh, so
great
fortunate.
organization.
And there's other ways that people can get involved. I know I'm going to be joining it. I've been able to see the telethon before, but Ron, what are other ways that people can be, contributing?
That's right. They can contribute Saturday night, as Nick was saying, and what they can do is just dial in. And we want to read that number. It's 1-888-289-1299. So they can do it by that way, and Peter's going to explain a few other options that they have in this world. But for sure, they can dial in, make their donation. They can speak to a lot of local celebrities. They could maybe speak to one of us. I don't know if that's good or bad, but they can also speak to some national politicians or local politicians, different celebrities that will be there. So it's a great opportunity, and people can also do it monthly if they don't want to do a large donation, but they want to do something over time. They can do it over time, and no donation is too small, and no donation certainly is too large. So we'll take it anywhere we get.
You'll accept it all.
There you go.
Nice. So John, of course Saturday night's going to be a big night.
Huge.
But how does it affect the entire year at the Meeting Street?
It's our biggest fundraising event of the year. I mean, to do the work we do year in and year out, we have to raise close to $2 million a year. And thanks to Channel 12 and the Cardi brothers and Nairobi, we're able to put on a great show. And I mean, and this telethon is our biggest fundraising event of the year, and we're really excited. So we just hope everybody tunes in Saturday nights and calls that number Ron's talking about, or contributes another way that Peter's going to talk about. But we're really excited about it.
All right, Peter, here's your big moment.
I guess I better talk.
No.
I was going to leave. We all had coffee somewhere, and I'll stay. But the auction is just fabulous. There's all kinds of prizes. There's trips. There's sporting events. Ben was just telling me about people sign up for marathons, and they can do this through the auction. So there's all types of items that people should check out the website, meetingstreet.org, and these are all tax deductible. So you get to, is the accountants listening, bankers listening, you can get your item, maybe give it as a gift, use it for yourself. It's tax deductible to Meeting Street, is a donation to them, and everybody wins. So it's a wonderful, wonderful cause. The auction items are just fabulous. The shillings are going to be there. It's going to be a great night. Channel 12 is going to be there. You'll be there. We'll be there too. They make us sweep up too at the end. But it'll be fun. It'll be fun.
Oh, thanks for coming in and joining us. And for everyone else, it's really going to be a great night. Don't forget, the Meeting Street Telethon is this Saturday night starting at 7 right here on WPRI 12. So I hope you'll be joining us.
All right, this morning in the kitchen, we are cooking along with Sean Bannon from Whole Foods and making up a great game day treat, steak fajitas.
That's right.
Who doesn't love fajitas?
That's right. Yep.
All right, so you have a lot of different ingredients on the table, so take us through what you'll be using today.
Sure. So for our, we have skirt steak fajita that we're going to do. So I brought some shrimp as a replacement.
Okay, just in case maybe you're a different option in case people
different
don't
option,
like red
maybe you don't eat meat, you know, New Year's resolution. The steak and the shrimp is both seasoned with chili powder and salt, real simple. Here we have the chili powder, and then we're also going to make a jicama slaw as well, jicama salsa.
And what is jicama, first of all?
Jicama basically is a Mexican potato, so it's sweet, crunchy, a lot of vitamins, potassium, vitamin A, C. So,
excellent.
Yeah,
and what's going to go into that salsa?
So into that salsa, we have the jicama here. Very good. Some chopped up jalapeno peppers without the seed. Quarter cup of lime juice, cilantro, and then a little bit of salt and diced tomatoes.
Excellent. Now, take us. Why are you using a skirt steak rather than a different one? Why this one?
So the cut skirt steak is from the plank of the cow. So the bottom part, it's a muscle that's not used a lot. So it's very juicy, tender, great to serve in a fajita. It won't string on you, won't be tough. So it's easy to bite into. Yeah, absolutely.
I was going to say, there's nothing worse than taking that bite and now having the whole thing fall apart, and now you're eating like a fajita salad or something like that. Okay, so we have two different kinds of fajitas. We have the salsa that we're going to make, and I think we're going to talk about some other options for you to top as well. Okay, so you're going to have to stick around to find out what that is. We're going to start getting everything together in just a little bit. Back to you.
The excitement continues to build for the Super rematch at this year's Super Bowl. When the Patriots take on the Giants, the city hosting the big game is already buzzing with activity. And our own Steve Nielsen is in Indianapolis, where he's discovered a rare part of an entire club of Patriot fans. He's joining us with more this morning.
Well, in a place where Patriot fans are hated, I found a father and son who actually started a Pats fan club, and they couldn't be more excited about the Super Bowl coming to Indianapolis.
Welcome to Indianapolis.
Joe and Tim Reuter have never been to New England. You'd never guess it, though.
Go Patriots.
They became fans before Indy had the Colts and just kept on rooting. Tim owns the Stadium Tavern, which is just a block and a half away from where Super Bowl 46 is to be played. They call this the only Pats bar in the state.
Yeah, we're right across from the stadium, so it's going to be a lot of fun.
Joe started a Pats fan club a year ago because there was no love from the locals.
A lot of hatred for Patriots in Indianapolis. I don't necessarily understand it, but the Colts fans don't love us, that's for sure.
The Reuters are happy to welcome thousands of New England fans to their turf, and they have plenty of tips to give.
Pre-play and everything. Travel's going to be tough. Parking is going to be tough. It's a very, very compact city. Everything is within walking distance of everything else.
But their most important message:
welcome to Colts Town. Let's take it over. This is our hometown now.
And the Reuters actually have an apartment for rent above their bar, and they say it's only open to Pats fans. Reporting for The Rhode Show, I'm Steve Nielsen.
From runway to railway, winter is in full swing, which means, yes, ladies, it's finally time to put on those boots. But staying warm does not mean looking sloppy. Joining us today is personal stylist Jill Marinelli with some stylish stylish alternatives to your old beat-up winter boots. Good morning, Jill.
Good morning.
All right, so with that being said, you're telling me that we can be practical, we can stay warm, and we don't have to skimp on fashion.
Absolutely. So lately I've been getting a little flack for my comments about, that I don't love the UGG boot, but I wanted to show that there are some definitely fashionable and practical alternatives.
Okay, so let's start down here. These are adorable. I love these rain boots.
Pop a color, just a basic rubber rain boot, but add a little color into your world, and again, like kind of getting away from some of that like dusty brown UGG boot kind of look. These are like fun on a rainy or snowy day.
Excellent. Now how about up here? These might be my personal favorite on the table.
I love these. I might be taking these home with me. So these are from Aldo, and again, like just a more chic and sophisticated alternative with the leather, the high boot. It's basically a riding boot style, but you can see the traction on the bottom.
Yeah.
And that's what really grabbed me about these, is that you're not going to slip, but you can still look good.
Perfect. In our New England weather days, you never know what to expect. Now, if conditions are a bit more extreme,
exactly.
You have these.
These are a bit more hardy. I love these. These are by Sorel. They're actually on sale right now for $119, which is actually a really great price for these boots.
That is really good.
Waterproof, warm, but then you've got, little fashionable touches with the faux fur.
I like that.
Yeah, these are fantastic. I think these might be my favorites all around, kind of like a little bit fashionable, but like very practical.
Absolutely. Now, how about down here?
Okay.
I want to mention these socks that you have. I love that.
Yes, thanks. So this is my kind of like inexpensive alternative to buy, going out and buying a whole new pair of boots.
Yeah.
If you have a pair of rain boots at home, again, I just have like a Target pair, that were $20.
Right.
You can get these. Yeah, you can get these welly socks and stick them right in. So these actually come off.
Okay.
And they go all the way around and fold around the boot. So it kind of creates a whole new look. You've got that fuzzy coziness that like an UGG boot or another kind of cozy boot gives you, but it transforms whatever boots you have at home, and these are in all colors and different textures, so super fun.
And sometimes too, these rain boots, these plastic rain boots, get cold, so it's nice to have a little extra insulation.
Yes,
if you
and I
will.
have a pair of these, and it really does. It makes them like almost warm enough for the coldest day.
Perfect. Yeah. All right. Last but not least.
All right.
We're getting a little more glamorous.
I like to go with a statement pair. So these are super fun, super high heel, but like they're kind of UGG inspired, but like really fun, really high, and super fashionable. But you can like appear that you still are dressed for the cold, even though you might be teetering a bit.
And they even have some traction on there too. They got a nice rubber bottom to help when it's wet or snowy.
So they're like kind of practical, kind of not.
All right, but if you want something with a little more flair, definitely look towards that end. All right, Jill, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Always fabulous ideas, and for price information on the boots that Jill brought with her today, head to WPRI.com.
Still to come this morning on The Rhode Show, we meet the winner of Style Week's first ever student design competition and find out what inspired her to the winning look.
Plus, we're talking with TV maitre d' Joe Zito about a milestone for his show, the 100th episode.
You're watching The Rhode Show, and we're back in 90 seconds.
We are in the midst of Style Week Providence at the Biltmore, and last night was the first ever student design competition sponsored by Swarovski. I was honored to be the MC of the event, there I am last night, where local student designers showed off their innovative looks on the runway. And joining me this morning is the winner of the competition, Hoi Kwong from Mass Art. Good morning, great to see you.
Nice to see you.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
What a huge honor. Now, first of all, for those at home that aren't familiar with it, tell us about the competition.
The competition is where student designers come in and submit their work, and I was approached by my teacher to join this competition, and so I submitted my work and I got chosen, which is this dress.
And there were 16 of you competing, and you were competing for a pretty big prize. Tell us about what the prize is.
Yeah, it's like $500 cash and 2-week representation from Style Week PR, and also there will be exhibition for Style Week Spring Summer 2012.
Wow, that's unbelievable. I mean, what a way to jumpstart your fashion career, right?
Yes.
Now, what was the challenge for you? What was maybe the most difficult part? I know we're going to get to these things on the table in just a minute, but what were some of the challenges that you had in this?
in making this.
Yeah, in making it.
Yeah, it's basically it's more like the time-wise. I had to finish this up pretty quickly. Because this is like a project in school. Yeah,
okay.
So.
All right. So tell us about your look. This is, you know, I think we have a photo too of it on the actual runway. But you have the pieces here. So take us through each element. This is the skirt, which is made out of.
This is mop heads.
Mop heads.
Yeah.
Okay. Excellent. Here,
and there is a basket right underneath, so to give it structure.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you just took a laundry basket and kind of molded it around it. This has some weight to it, too.
Yeah, it's like 6 or 7 mop heads in here.
Oh my God.
Yeah, so it's really heavy.
And the top, I want to mention too, this was so interesting to me. What is this made from?
It's made, I braided it out of hair scrunchies.
Wow.
And I string them together.
And your inspiration, you were telling me this earlier, your inspiration for this braiding technique came from Singapore, I think?
Yeah. It's like, as kids, we used to like string rubber bands and make them into jump ropes.
Wow.
So I basically used the same technique and just string them into a top.
And you carried that over. Excellent.
Yeah.
And then you had these clothespins as elements in your look too.
Yeah, this is like for the belt, and I did like, I drill holes through it and I string them across, and then it's just a belt.
Wow.
Yeah.
It was so creative, so innovative. Now, what was that moment like for you when you found out that you were the winner?
I was totally stunned.
I bet.
Yeah, it was like everybody's work was really good. So I wish to win, but I didn't think I would.
Yeah, well, congratulations. I mean, we can't say it enough. Thank you so much for coming in, and congratulations. You have 2 months now of PR from Style Week, so use it well. I'm sure you will. Don't forget, Style Week Providence is going on all week, and for show schedules, you can head to WPRI.com.
He's become part of your Sunday mornings and part of our family right here, bringing you who's who and what's new in local restaurant scene. And this week, he's celebrating his 100th episode. And the TV maitre d' himself, Joe Zito, joins us this morning. Thanks for being here this morning.
Good morning, Will. Who'd have thunk it, huh?
Who'd have thought? I mean, when you started this, did you think it would go for 100 episodes?
No, I was trying for 2.
You got the extended.
It's been an incredible ride, I have to tell you, and you know, there are a lot of reasons for it, but first and foremost, I attribute it to my luxurious hair.
Well, it better. I don't know what I've got going for me then.
Well,
I'm
no, you have true talent. Okay.
Okay.
But honestly, what I attribute to the success of the show and the longevity of the show is we are blessed to live here in Rhode Island, where people are passionate about dining out. They know about food. You have restaurateurs that are proactive.
Sure.
You have great chefs who are doing cutting-edge things all the time. And then, of course, you temper it all with the tradition of the great restaurants we already have, and you put that recipe together, and you end up with TV maitre d'.
What do you think makes Rhode Island, you know, I mean, we do have so many different cultures here in Rhode Island, but what do you think makes Rhode Island special? I mean, the food is just amazing here, and everybody who comes to Rhode Island says the same thing.
We have, well, with Johnson & Wales here, of course, we have every available cuisine imaginable, and always cutting edge, too. And people just love to dine out. And one of the reasons that people say, well, how's your show stay on so long? I said, well, you know, in Rhode Island, nobody does anything unless they know someone who's done it first. Well, I'm the guy. And we can pick up restaurants, you know, we preview, we don't review, and I put them down in the living rooms of tens of thousands of people all the time, and it's just snowballed into a wonderful thing. I have a wonderful, large and loyal viewership, and I've been embraced by Fox and Channel 12 and MyRI, and it's a great thing.
What's Joe Zito's favorite food to eat? Do you have a favorite?
Really, I do not. There isn't anything I don't like. Let me simply tell you that. And I also want to tell you, we have a phenomenal, I want to tell you who's on this show because I'm so excited about it. It premieres Sunday, edition 100, the start of our 9th season. I'm going to be cooking with a friend of the show, Chef Nick Raybar from Avenue N, American Kitchen. That is absolutely fantastic. Okay, we will be a wine segment at the stunning new Chapel Grill in Cranston.
Nice.
I'm featured at the Roy Food and Music, a hot new 21st century supper club in Providence.
You are a man about town.
Well, you know what? And I have the belly to prove it. And absolutely, it's incredible. Vendo Ravioli's on. And one other thing I want to say, we have a little place called Christopher's Cranston Deli. And the reason that's important is TV maitre d' is not just 5-star all day long. We do mom and pop. It's an eclectic show. show, and absolutely is wonderful. And you're also going to find show flashbacks. Then you'll see somebody who was young, and a lot of Valentine's places to wine and dine that Valentine. So.
And you know, we were talking with the Cardis just a little while ago about the Meeting Street Telethon that's going to be happening Saturday night. And you want to send out a special message to everybody?
Yes, I do. To all my viewers, the nicest thing you can do for me, of course, aside from watch the show on Sunday morning here on Fox, is to please do what you can. Anything is appreciated to give a donation to this wonderful cause and help these beautiful children. Right. It'll make you feel even much better than a great meal.
Yeah, and do you want to give out the times of the show, website for the show?
Yeah,
all your information, Joe.
TVMaitre.com. Viewers can find the show every Sunday morning on Fox at 11 a.m. and then right after that on WPRI right here at 11:30. And there are numerous times. Check their local listings on the weekend at MyRI and every night at midnight. And boy, I'm on a lot. I'm tired. You know, it's just great to be here.
Well, thanks for coming in. I wish you 100 more episodes.
It sounds good.
200 more episodes?
That's good.
Good? Okay. Thank you so much.
All right.
You can thanks for joining us. We wish you nothing but continued success. And you can catch the TV Maitre D's 100th episode this Sunday right here on WPRI 12. Still to come this morning on The Rhode Show, we'll be back in the kitchen with Whole Foods making skirt steak fajitas. Find the recipe now online at WPRI.com.
Plus, a local town digs up an old time capsule revealing treasures from the past. We'll talk about it next in The Buzz.
You're watching The Rhode Show on WPRI 12.
Welcome back to The Rhode Show this morning in The Buzz. It's a look back at the way things used to be 50 years ago. Wow. Now, yesterday, officials in Fairhaven dug up a time capsule that was buried back in 1962 in the town hall lawn. It took a while to locate, but once they did, they found some pretty cool items. A map of the town and some trinkets, but the most impressive item that they found, a letter from Eleanor Roosevelt.
That's amazing.
Fairhaven is now putting together a new time capsule. Now this one won't be buried, so they won't have any difficulty finding it. Instead, it would be sealed inside Town Hall. So they're putting together this new time capsule, and that got us thinking too, you know, if you were to make a time capsule, what would you do?
Well, I mean, if it was, you know, for my family, I'd make sure, you know, we had a lot of pictures in there, you know, pictures of the kids, you know, maybe different family documents. My father's flag from when he was in the service, I would make sure that goes in there as well. And then I was telling you earlier that when my daughters were born, we made a time capsule for them on their first birthday. Everybody came to the house.
That's nice.
Everyone wrote letters, and we put it in a box, and it's up in the cabinet. And every time they open that door, they're like, I want to open it now. I'm like, no, you're going to wait till you're 18 years old.
Oh, 18?
So we do have it. We have 2 time capsules at home already.
That's a really cute idea.
And a lot's going to change
and
for
a lot's
them.
going to change.
I'm sure they're going to say, Dad, what was a CD?
Yeah, well, you know, I mean, we each wrote letters to the girls of what we thought, you know, life was going to be like then. You know, different letters from different family members who have since passed away. So it'll be pretty amazing when they open up the box.
I bet.
Yeah.
Mary, what would you put in your
I would
time
agree
capsule?
with letters. You know, before when I was a teacher, I would have students write to themselves, you know, future kind of letter.
Sure.
And I just think that that's really the most touching. I'd also like to put in photos. I love looking at photos of my parents and what they wore, you know, back when I was a baby or beforehand. So I would definitely put in photos. A, to just laugh at our fashion sense. But, you know, B, really, that helps you, you know, really treasure the memories.
Sure.
Yeah, I think photos definitely, because you can only, you know, kind of picture something so much through like a written letter or something. So definitely photos. I think I would put some music, and then maybe even I would just compile a list of things that are popular or things that are happened, you know, even within like a few years, so you can look back and go, you know, who the heck were the Backstreet Boys, you know, when you were little? You know, you think, you know, it's just something like that, or New Kids on the Bus, you know, different kind of trends, or, you know, just the idea of, you know, when Obama came into office, and that was just such a huge deal. You wonder, you know, 50 years down the line, they're going to be like, why was that, you know, why was that a big deal?
Yeah.
I don't understand, you know, an event like that. So
it'd be exciting to also kind of predict what the next big deals are going to be.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, you can kind of look into the future a little bit and say, I think, you know, in so and so many years, there's going to be the first female president, and we're going to have flying cars, and who knows what else we would come up with, but that'd be really fun to write down.
Or even take one of your old, you know, your old iPods or something like that and put it in the time capsule, because who knows what it will be like in, you know, 20, 30 years or whenever you decide to open up. Well, I mean, with Apple or something like that, could be next week. You know,
maybe
it'll be out of date.
Maybe you would put like an iPhone in there. What do you think really represents today, if someone were to open it up and say, well, that just screams 2012.
Well, I mean, you know, technology is, you know, has become so much part of all of our lives. You know, smartphones are so much part of our...
I think you need to throw one of those in there.
Yeah, absolutely, because you never know what it's going to be in, like we said, 20, 30 years from now.
I think it'd be fun to put something in a box that everything that a smartphone could do. Because honestly, within a year or two, I mean, how many of us, you're wearing a watch, but I don't wear a watch anymore, so I would put a watch in there. I'd put, you know, an old broken laptop in there. I'd put maps in there. Everything that we need to use that as of probably in the next 2 or 3 years, we won't ever need to look at again.
One of the other things that we put in the kids' you know, time capsule was, and this is going to sound old, but the TV guide. The magazine TV guide that came out when they were born, like the week that they were born.
Or maybe the newspaper from that day.
The newspaper as well.
You can read up. I also think too, taking landscape pictures, you know, maybe even just open spaces that now you're going to look back and say, oh, that building was never there, or something like that. Or, you know, knowing Providence, you're going to say, wow, they're still building that bridge, and, you know. But you know, things like that you say, oh, I wish I remember what that looked like, or I wish I, you know, even now with the mall, you want to look back at those pictures from when that wasn't there.
We're going to put a cover of what Facebook looks like now and what it's going to look like 20 years
I know.
And then they're going to say, what the heck is
what was that?
Well, Facebook, speaking of Facebook, we have a lot of people weighing in, and Elizabeth Whitney Silva says she would put in letters from her children and what they hope the future would be like in 50 years, newspapers and photos of the town.
Good idea.
Dina Feldman says, this is great. In 1995, my senior class from St. Andrews in Barrington, Rhode Island, had put a time capsule in the ground. I can't wait to dig it up and see what's in it and see how much has changed. I hope we can find that one.
I love that.
Posted.
And our Twitter friends are also weighing in. Diana Cohn says, I would like to say my Discman with my favorite Jared Neiman CD on it. Now, I don't know who Jared Neiman is, so I don't
have a
check that
Discman
out
anymore.
I know. You can weigh in too by voting on today's poll. What would you put inside of a time capsule? Newspapers and books, technology, letters and photos, music, or clothes? And here's a look at some other topics that are trending online today. The topic that is the biggest deal on Google this morning is yesterday's State of the Union address. One of the big quotes of the evening was, quote, we can either settle for a country where a shrinking number of people do really well while a number of growing Americans barely get by, or we can restore an economy where everyone gets a fair shot, everyone does a fair share, and everyone plays by the same set of rules. Our first viral video comes from someone who has a lot of time on their hands and watches a lot of movies. Someone cut together a movie dialogues and matched them up to Lionel Richie's song, Hello. It's creative, but definitely time-consuming. Oh, and P.S., now you're going to have this song stuck in your head all day long.
I can see it. In your smile. You're all I ever wanted. And my arms are open wide.
Gentlemen, this next viral video is just for you. Imagine being shipwrecked, hungry, afraid. Now imagine being shipwrecked on an island full of Megan Foxes. Too bad for these guys, they don't speak English. The Megan Fox tribe ends up kicking them off the island and banishing them to the Mike Tyson Island. Better luck next time.
Finally, our wait is over. Please talk to us.
Me y he. David. No, me y he. Me say hey.
I'll be back at the end of the show with your poll results. For now, back to the kitchen. Will?
Thanks, Mary. We are in the kitchen with Sean Bannon from Whole Foods. We're going to make salsa, right? For the big game.
Exactly.
Okay.
This is a Whole Foods market recipe. You can find it on our website. So here today we have the diced tomatoes, if you want to put that together for us.
Okay. Now, what do you think makes a good salsa? I mean, I'm a guy who kind of likes, you know, spicy salsa.
Okay,
but I mean, everybody has their own, their own preference to what they like.
Yeah, I think some good fresh herbs. We have cilantro. We'll get you a spice that you like. You can throw the jicama in there.
Now, what's jicama?
Jicama is basically a Mexican potato. It's sweet, juicy, crunchy. Good vitamins like potassium, vitamin A and C.
And we can get all this stuff at Whole Foods.
Exactly.
Of course.
Market, yeah, has it all. So
love the Whole Foods.
Yeah, definitely.
All right, we'll put that in.
And then we can throw in our jalapeno peppers there that are all diced up. Add some heat there.
Very nice. Yeah. I'm going to put all of them in. Is that okay?
Put them all in, yeah. Go ahead.
All right, put all these in.
Yeah. Then we have some lime juice. Okay. About a quarter of a, yeah, there we go. And then the fresh cilantro.
And this seems, I mean, this is really, I mean, it's easy to make. I mean, you could prep this, you know, easily the day before.
Right,
Sometimes
exactly.
after a while, it's, when you're making something like this, isn't it better?
Marinates,
It
yeah,
marinates,
exactly.
it's better the next
Exactly.
day.
Breaks, yeah, and then we can add just a little bit of salt to that. There's no oil, so very healthy.
Just a pinch or just?
Yeah, just put a pinch in there. Yeah, absolutely.
I'm a salt
We can
kind of
always
guy.
add more, so.
I'm a salt kind of guy, so I'm going to add just a little more of salt.
There you go. And then we're just going to toss that around a little bit, get all that juices flowing. And,
Mix this together?
Exactly, yeah.
And what do you think we should serve with this? I mean, what kind of chips would you serve?
Yeah, you can serve it with chips. We're going to put it on our steak fajitas later on.
This will be awesome.
On the side, you can just top it. We also have some guacamole here. Organic avocados are going to be on sale at Whole Foods Market. So
Perfect. All right. Thank you so much. We're going to continue to mix our salsa, get everything ready. Now back to you.
All right, still to come this morning on The Rhode Show, actress Demi Moore was hospitalized last night. TMZ is filling us in on what she's saying is wrong. Plus, a movie made entirely right here in Rhode Island is ready for the world to see. We're catching up with actor Peter Facinelli about his new movie, Lucy's. You're watching The Rhode Show. We're back in just 90 seconds. It's time now to go inside TMZ for all the latest from Hollywood, and joining us now is one of our favorites, Itai Hod. And Itai, some pretty serious news to start off with. Demi Moore rushed to the hospital last night. What happened?
Yeah, the call came in on Monday night at 10 o'clock, 10:45 or so. We're told that this is a matter of substance abuse. That's what our sources are telling us. A pretty serious thing. Yeah, the paramedics arrived. They treated her for about a half an hour and decided they had to take her to the hospital. Her reps are now saying that it's for exhaustion and overall health. It's pretty much, you know, what they're saying is, you know, they can't actually come out and say it, but that's basically as close as they're, as forthcoming as they can be when it comes to these matters. You know, because you can't come out and actually say substance abuse. So, yeah, that's a pretty serious thing.
Absolutely.
Like you said.
All right, we're going to switch gears just a little bit now. Jennifer Aniston bought a new place, and as expected, you found out it's pretty nice.
It's very nice. It's very nice to be Jennifer Aniston. Yes, she paid $21 million. The asking price, I think, was $24. She got it for a bargain price of $21 million. It has 4 bedrooms, 6 bathrooms. Wait, it has a nice little vineyard, too. Isn't it nice to wake up and see a vineyard? It's in Bel Air, of course. And it's interesting because the person who sold her the house is the same person who brokered the deal for Avril Lavigne. So she's having a very good month. Yeah, one of the nicest pads, I have to tell you. I took a look at the pictures. We have it on our site if anyone wants to see. It is sick.
All right, with that being said, some people are just really lucky. Itai, thank you so much, and you can catch TMZ TV on our sister station Fox Providence at 7 p.m. Or for more information on any of the stories, you can head to our website, WPRI.com. Still to come this morning on The Rhode Show, we're going to be back in the kitchen. Don't forget, you can cook along with us at WPRI.com. We'll be right back. Welcome back in the Rhode Show kitchen this morning, cooking along with Sean Bannon from Whole Foods, making up some great game day food for us, steak fajitas.
Yes. Right.
And you've already got it sizzling now, so what have you done?
All right, so we have a skirt steak here, thinly sliced. I just seasoned it with chili powder and salt. Heated up my pan, very high heat. Added canola oil. Didn't want it to smoke.
Okay.
But very high heat, 2-3 minutes each side. We already got one side going, so we're just going to flip it over.
Oh, that looks good. That looks really good.
Yeah.
I mean, this doesn't have to cook very long because it's such a thin piece of steak, right?
Absolutely, yep. 2-3 minutes, high heat on both sides. Quick and easy. Then we're going to set it down, let it rest, and start cooking up our peppers, onions, and garlic.
So how do you, and in terms of cooking the other things on the counter over there, with the shrimp, I mean, what are we talking with cooking
shrimp?
For that?
If you want to replace shrimp with the beef, you can. You just probably 3-4 minutes.
And toss you can toss them into right.
Same technique. Just,
same seasoning.
You know, however cooked you like them. I think you'd like your shrimp to be.
I would cook the shrimp all the way through. The steak, yeah, you want it a little underdone. You want a little rare. It's getting there, so Just going to cook this up a little bit longer on one side. We already flipped it.
And then we have the onions. We have onions. We've got the
onion
peppers.
We're going to throw it, take the steak out, let it rest, let all the juices come together, and then throw the onion, peppers, and garlic.
And how long are we going to let the steak rest? Because I mean, everybody says you got to let, you know, when you take the steak
probably
off,
like 5 minutes. Yeah, just let all the juices come together, and then we're just going to cut it against the grain, so the lines are going horizontally. We just want to cut it vertically then, so against the grain. Yeah.
Okay. And tell us again, just I mean, this meal is so fresh and so good. I mean, it's probably unlike any other fajita that you'll get anywhere else.
Exactly.
Why is it so important to have just such fresh ingredients?
You want to have fresh ingredients, not only for flavor, you can have the colors going, but it's also nutrition as well. So the jicama slaw we already made was a great addition to
And
it.
you'll be a hit at your big party that you have for the big game, right?
That's right. Everyone will love you, yeah. And it's a dish that everyone can kind of make their own kind of fajita. So you can take the steak, slice it.
That's true, yeah. You can kind of mix and match whatever you like,
Right, add the
whatever your
guacamole, salsa, or sour cream as well.
Yeah, you have the three options there. Now, I'm one who will load everything on my fajita.
Yeah, me too.
I mean, I feel like I need a tortilla that's about this big by the time I wrap everything up, because I just shove everything in there. Tomatoes, avocado, everything.
This is one of my favorites. I mean, I love this.
All right, so let's take that off. I think that's good. You like it a little rare?
Yes,
yeah, that's good.
All right, good. All right, so we're just going to take that off.
We'll put it on this board right here.
The board right there, yeah, absolutely. You want to grab that? There we go.
And then we just right
We'll just put that
into
down
all
there.
the juices here is where
All
we're
right.
putting the
We'll let that
onions and
sit and
peppers.
rest.
Absolutely, yep. So you want to throw in the onions and the peppers?
Right,
You can throw it all in as well.
Toss that in.
Nice.
Yeah, there we go.
It's good.
That one's hanging
Yeah,
on.
we have one straggler.
Absolutely, no waste.
And we have some peppers. Toss those in.
There we go. All right.
Yum.
And then some garlic. There's some garlic.
Right here. We'll toss the whole thing in.
We'll put a little bit. I don't know how much of a
I
kick you
don't
like.
think we want that.
That's
whole
probably good.
cup
There we
full.
go.
Nobody will talk to us for the rest of the day.
No, it'll be a rough day.
All right. So how long will those cook for?
We just want to cook these down probably 5 minutes. Give the steak enough time to rest as well. We'll add some salt, a pinch of salt in there as well.
Nice.
And do we need this this powder here?
We don't. That was just the chili powder that I seasoned the.
If you want,
I can toss a little more chili powder.
You could, if you wanted to, absolutely. You can make the dish your own. So
Okay,
be
so
very
once
creative.
that is all cooked and done, I think you have a
I do. I have
finished
one already made up.
here.
Yeah.
And again, so you've just sliced the steak up very thin.
Correct.
Okay, into however.
against the grain.
Oh my God, that looks so good.
Wow, and now you've stuffed them with what's in these? Okay, you've just stuffed them with the
So
onions
it's whole
and
wheat
peppers.
tortillas stuffed with the peppers and onions, and then the sliced steak.
That is heaven,
isn't it?
That is heaven.
Yeah, and guacamole and salsa, and then the jicama slaw as well.
Okay,
Jicama
I gotta
salsa.
try that
Yeah,
jicama
let's
slaw.
let's dig
Try
in.
that. All
And
right.
you said it's a Mexican potato?
Mexican potato,
Thank
correct. Yeah, sweet
Okay.
and crunchy. A lot of water content.
A lot of water, okay.
And all the stuff we can all get it at Whole
I was
Foods,
just
right?
gonna-
Absolutely. Whole Foods Market has this all. If you want guacamole already prepared, we make it fresh. But also, if you want to make guacamole yourself, we have avocados, organic avocados on sale.
I've never had that before. That is so
Isn't
good.
that good? You made it. So
yeah,
there you go.
That really is.
Yeah.
And you're right. It does have like a potato kind of taste,
Right,
kind
right.
of
Exactly.
flavor to it.
All right, now here's the real taste test. Are you ready?
I'm ready. Let's dig in.
Okay.
Dive in? All right.
I'm gonna go for this one. You're gonna go
Are you-
for that
are you
one?
dipping?
Yeah, I'm dipping. I'm gonna
All
go
right.
for the guacamole.
All right, I'll go for a little salsa.
No! It fell off.
That's okay. We can mix.
Here we go. It's back in.
That's right. It's,
Here we
it's
go.
finger foods. It's supposed to be a little messy. Isn't that good?
Very good.
Oh
Very
yeah.
simple, fresh, great ingredients. You can always find it at Whole Foods Market.
That is so
Keep
good.
talking. I'm gonna keep
Keep
eating.
talking. We're chewing. Okay, for this recipe and more, you can go to our website at WPRI.com.
A film shot and produced entirely in Rhode Island is now ready for the world to see. Lucy's is written by and stars actor Peter Facinelli from Twilight, and we sat down with him to talk about what he's got in store for 2012. He's known for showing his fangs on screen in Twilight. Now Peter Facinelli is showing off his chops behind the camera with Lucy's, an indie passion project he wrote, produced, and stars in.
I wrote it in 3 weeks, and it took me 7 years to, finally come to fruition.
Hello? Yes, hello. Hello? Yes, it's for you.
It's kind of a love story with comedic elements. My character, Bobby, plays a pickpocket, and he lives with his mom. He has to pay off this one character, Jax, played by Vincent Gallo. And in the midst of all this, he finds out that he got this girl pregnant on a one-night stand.
The film has allowed Peter to take on another day job.
I started a production company called Facinelli Films, so this is hopefully the first of many.
That's in addition to his long list of other gigs, like promoting the Twilight franchise.
I've never had the fan base, the fandemonium that this movie brings. So it's for me, I mean, it's almost like you're a once-in-a-lifetime thing.
And gearing up for Breaking Dawn Part 2 this November.
Part 2 kind of picks up with Renesmee, and the Volturi come back and threaten our family, and we have to go out and form a posse of vampires.
Peter is also excited about Season 4 of his small screen job on Nurse Jackie.
I have a really great story arc with Eve Best this season, and she's the best.
Plus, he's getting into reality TV. While his celebrity wife Jenny Garth is, she's relocating to another zip code.
We have a ranch house up north, so the premise is she's moving up there and, you know, taking on the life of living on a farm, you know, and it's kind of Green Acres-ish.
Hey, you got Lucy? What? Lucy!
Making the most of his 9 to 5, find Peter Facinelli's projects heading your way in many ways, like Lucy's in limited release, on demand, and on iTunes. And you can catch Lucy's on demand on your TV, or rent it on iTunes, or head to SundanceNow.com. Still ahead on The Rhode Show, we'll check back in with your answers to today's web poll. Stay with us, we'll be right back.
Well, American Idol heads to Aspen as the judges embark to the upscale ski town in search of the nation's next big star.
And Fox's Adam Housley has a look at some of the contestants from Colorado.
Heading to the upscale resort town of Aspen, Colorado, the Idol judges came prepared for the first snow of the season in Cowboy Town.
It's dark, it's rainy, it's gloomy outside. This is Aspen. I mean, why are you asking the dogs speaking inside under an umbrella with sunglasses on? From spurs to boots to hat, the whole 9 yards.
For some of the singers, performing in front of Steven, Jennifer, and Randy is perfect validation.
I love to sing, and so if I have an opportunity to sing every day, that is such a beautiful thing to me. So this is an incredible venue for that.
At work, I be singing a lot. Everybody say, "Oh, you sound good, you sound good." You know, you can sing, and whatnot. You know, I love singing. That's what I do.
What happens if Steven Tyler's a major hooper? He and I are going to be great friends.
Contestant Paul Neary said he won't be singing while doing his hula hoopy, but we'll see.
Probably not effectively, because it's a pretty intense workout by itself. So it's using a lot of lung power.
For one experienced singer, hoping her mentor's success rubs off on her is a good starting point.
I was discovered by Michael Jackson. I was the last artist to record with the King of Pop, and he passed away. And we were about to embark on a world tour, and he's no longer with us. But today I'm singing as tribute to him.
When I was born, the Dead Sea was still sick.
And who better to put these stops into perspective than Steven Tyler, who compares some of these auditions to going to the dentist.
It's like pulling teeth. Sometimes it's easy, and sometimes you got to do a root canal.
Sounds like they might have found some talent there, and you can see American Idol tonight on our sister station, Fox Providence. Mary?
Time to check back in with today's web poll. We asked, what would you put inside a time capsule? And 71% of you said that you'd be putting in letters and photos to keep those memories alive. Back over to you.
Thanks, Mary. Coming up tomorrow on The Rhode Show, our exclusive coverage of Style Week Providence continues with a look at a local company who's teaming up with the event in hopes of reaching more families.
Plus, Susan Hogan will join us with tips to help you make sure you avoid any Super Bowl scams. Thanks for joining us on The Rhode Show.
And for more information on anything you've seen here on the show, just head to our website, WPRI.com.
We'll see you back here tomorrow morning. Have a great day.